we know that the girls that were taken were most likely taken by the Islamist group Boko Haram. Now, this is typical standard operating procedure, the MO, if you will, of Boko Haram. They have in the past, according to Human Rights Watch, abducted girls. Last November, military conducted a raid on suspected Boko Haram hideouts, and they found and rescued several girls, many of whom were forcibly married to their abductors, others that had young babies. What we also know is there are reports now that the military is involved in an operation to try and rescue the girls, because as you can imagine, the area where this took place is in a very remote area. It's in Borno State, near the border of Cameroon. It's a very heavily forested area. In the subsequent months, since the president put in a state of emergency in Borno State and 2 other states in the northeast of the country, it's very, very difficult to get any kind of cell phone reception, and so it's been hard to confirm the details of this operation. We did reach out to the Nigerian military for a statement. They did come back to us and tell us that they would have a statement sometime later today. We're holding on. We're still waiting for that. But what we can say right now is it appears, according to a local governor in Borno State, that there is some sort of operation on the ground to try and rescue these young girls, Juanita.
Vlad, the Nigerian authorities have been trying to tackle the growing influence of Boko Haram for a while now. Late last year, I spoke to the Nigerian president, Goodluck Jonathan, about how long he said he thought it would take to tackle this problem. And he said it would only take about 3 months. And that was last year. Based on what you're seeing right now, the kind of influence that Boko Haram is having right now, how much of a difficult fight is this for the Nigerian authorities?
Well, I think it's proving to be very difficult, Bonita. In just the first 3 months of this year alone, Human Rights Watch says that over 1,500 people have been killed by the violence caused by Boko Haram and by reprisals by Nigeria's military. As you say, the president has put in a very aggressive plan to try and contain Boko Haram, and in doing so, he's given the military wide latitude to carry out raids, to interrogate suspects. Rights groups say that has led to a cycle of violence. In other words, Boko Haram has stepped up the task due to the heavy-handed tactics of the Nigerian security forces. And as I said, 1,500 people killed just this year alone. And on Monday, the same day that we heard about these young girls being abducted, there was an explosion that took place in a crowded bus station right here in the capital, Abuja. 71 people killed, at least 130 people injured. And for a lot of people, they're really starting to question whether or not the security forces will be able to contain Boko Haram. And it appears that Boko Haram may be making a play to move beyond the northeast of the country and further into the heart of Nigeria.